Ready Player One follows real people in a VR-obsessed future and their colorful digital counterparts. At a pivotal moment near the climax of the world premiere of Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One, the sound cut out and the projectionist stopped the movie. After some initial yowling from the SXSW festival audience at the packed Paramount Theater in Austin, Texas, phones came out and lit up. Turns out we couldn't make it through even a few minutes of technical difficulties without busting out our backup screens. So it's not hard to buy the premise of Ready Player One, in which societal problems have pushed us into the arms of technology offering an escape. Or as protagonist Wade Watts, Ty Sheridan puts it, reality is bummer. Yup, we know. Ready Player One, based on the 2011 best-selling novel by Ernest Cline, centers on a virtual reality universe called the Oasis based largely on 1980s movies and video games. When Oasis creator James Halliday dies, he reveals he's left behind an Easter egg somewhere amongst the game's myriad pop culture references. The person who finds 3 keys and 3 gates that ultimately lead to the egg will inherit both Halliday's fortune and control of the Oasis. Since the outside world continues to suck, egg hunters, called Gunters, set aside their real lives to dive into the game and sift through the retro ephemera. That includes Wade, a teenager whose IRL residence is a place called the Stacks, literally a vertical trailer park, as he and some of his digital buddies make the first steps toward solving the challenges Halliday left behind. You might expect the film to offer an underlying cautionary tale about not abandoning the physical world for digital fantasy. But there isn't. After all, who's to say digital life isn't real? Instead, Ready Player One is more about protecting and preserving something people love from those who would exploit it. Our plucky heroes face the vacant, soul-suckingly named corporate behemoth Innovative Online Industries, who also want control of Oasis, and not because they just really dig it. So Chief bad guy Nolan Sorrento, Ben Mendelsohn, is shown as being at his worst when he wants to wring the Oasis for all it's worth. For Wade and company, the Oasis means everything. For Sorrento, it genuinely means nothing to him. Ty Sheridan and Olivia Cooke get ready. This idea flicks at one particular tension that's sure to crop up in discussions of the movie. Not only is the original book a joyfully nerdy read, but over the years, it's been embraced and tightly held by those anxiously waiting for the day we actually have a shared VR world of our own, a metaverse. Ready Player One along with Neil Stephenson's Snow Crash have a near-holy book status in the VR community. They confront the question, who will own the future? However, there's something important you've got to keep in mind. This isn't just a movie. It's a Spielberg movie, which means it's built for everyone. Author Ernest Cline co-wrote the screenplay with Zach Penn. But the movie takes some sizable departures from the book. Spielberg honors Cline's knack for baking in references to 80s movies, music, arcade and video games on every page. In the first scene of the movie, Van Halen's Jump signals we're in for a plunge into heady nostalgia, with Spielberg even mining his own back catalog right before the screening, though. Spielberg himself told the SXSW crowd we didn't have to catch every reference in the movie in order to enjoy it. He compared it to driving a car where the main story is what you see looking through the windshield, while the pop paraphernalia is everything to the sides. Even staring straight forward, there are moments when the basic 3-part overarching structure of the story get muddy. Some of Wade's friends, like Japanese brothers Dato Wine Morisaki and Shoto Philip Chow, and even T.J. Miller's comical supporting villain IR0K are thinly drawn. What character development there is often comes in the form of exposition, straight from the mouths of characters like badass heroine Art 3 Miss Olivia Cooke. For all the superficial pleasures of seeing so many video game styles and characters and Easter eggs thrown at the screen in epic, glossy CG, Ready Player One never totally fills out what should be the most satisfying part of this story, a David and Goliath tale marinated in teenage wish fulfillment. And what are video games if not a sizable dose of wish fulfillment? That's not to say it's not fun. It is. There's plenty of humor and enormous visual spectacle to enjoy. Lena Waithe, who plays Wade's friend H, is a blast. The crowd at the premiere certainly clapped and hollered at every turn, but pop culture nudges and winks will only take a story so deep. However, when there's so many relevant themes to explore, instead of thinking about the disconnect between our real and online selves, to the precariousness of our privacy, to our need to stay plugged in, Ready Player One just keeps playing old games. Reality can be bummer, but it's a bummer best dealt with directly, at least until we get an actual metaverse. Virtual Reality 101, CNET tells you everything you need to know about VR tech culture, from film and television to social media and games. Here's your place for the lighter side of tech.